This is a game I don't know how to feel about because the Raptors lose only by 3, but they were down by 16 at half. They played the best team in the NBA, likely, off the floor in the second half, but they still lose. So I want to feel happy about the way they played. They played pretty well against arguably the best team in the NBA. But once again, we need to have a conversation, or rather an inquest into how the Raptors continue to put themselves in such a hole at halftime. Let's talk about it in tonight's postgame show. If you guys do like what you see from this one, please make sure to smash that like button. It does make a difference to the channel. Really does help grow the brand, help us get on some more recommended pages. And subscribe. We do content like this for every single Raptors game, so you got to be subscribed to keep yourself updated with all of that content. All right, Raptors lose this one 108-105. Celtics, obviously, really good team. They improved to 10-2, but man, bit of a bitter taste in my mouth here. Not quite as mad about this one as other games for the reasons stated associated with the Raptors. Like, this is a good team. You played well. Like, I questioned going to the game, how was this team going to score? How was this team going to get to 100? Well, I'll tell you, we had stretches of high three-point shooting variance, which was great for this team. That made a significant difference. Sorry, my dog. Give me 10 minutes, then we'll go out. You gotta wait a sec. Let's talk about high three-point shooting variance made a significant difference, especially started the second half, like down by 16, started the second half. 4 straight threes made to start the second half, 12-2 run, and you're right back in the game. And this team played well. This team fought hard. This team played well in the second half. We once again need to have a conversation about how this team continues to put themselves in such a hole out of the gate. Like 16 points down at the half. We can't do this every game. We can't do this every game and expect to have success this season. Like, let's go through the Raptors' schedule or results so far this season, and we'll go through every game in which they were down by like significant double digits. All right, this game itself, you're down 16, big mountain to climb. You couldn't quite get out of it. Bucks led by 32 on Wednesday. No chance you're getting out. The Wizards, we somehow won. We were down by 22 in that game. This Celtics game, we were down by 30. Mavericks game, they played well. Spurs game, you're down by 23. You do win. You did win at one point. You did win that game. The Sixers game, we lost by 15. They were up at 18 at one point. Bucks game, you played well. You lose to the Blazers. Sixers game, they just were comfortably leading throughout. This Bulls game, you were down by 18. You're down by 18, I think it was, in this Bulls game. You should have won. You're up by 15 with like 4 minutes left. And this Timberwolves game, the offense was bad, but Timberwolves offense was even worse. So it's a consistent string of the Raptors putting themselves in a massive hole. No. Stop it. Stop whining. Come here. Do the post-game show with me. Come here. Come on. Come here. I'll hold you. Okay, then stop whining. It's such a consistent string of this team putting themselves in a hole early and then having to dig themselves out. So, like, what is it about first half? What is it about the last 5 minutes of the second quarter that this team just completely crumbles? Like, it's not the bench. Like, the bench was bad today. Like, don't get me wrong. But part of the bench was bad. Like McDaniels was pretty sorry today. Malachi Flynn goes minus 15. Grady Dick goes 0-4 from 3. But what is it about the end of the second quarter when the starters are in that's so bad for this team? And today, Pascal Siakam doesn't even play the second quarter. Oh, my God. We can't do this. Come here. You got to stop whining. Okay, hang out here. Dog in the post-game show. Jesus, it's hard to be upset with this, like this. All right, where was I? Yeah, getting in a hole early. So clearly, like, something about game planning from Darko has been a bit of a problem here. Clearly, something about halftime is able to get this team to have that spark and make a massive run in the second half, because it's so consistent. The Raptors play well in the second half. It's so consistent. Barnes shows up more in the second half than he does in the first half. So we need to figure out a way to get going early on. It's hard to find these pockets of success when you struggle so mightily to shoot the basketball. Like, we shoot 12 of 33 from three. That's 36.4%. That's not bad. That's fine. I'll take that every game. The problem is, like, it's just in such small spurts of, like, 4 for 4 to start the second half from three, right? We go 31% from three in the first half. So with such inconsistencies and such a wide range of variance to our three-point attempts, it's hard to sustain a consistent offense. So once again, spacing becomes the big issue for this basketball team. What are you doing? What are you doing? And it doesn't help when you're in the second quarter. Siakam has 3 fouls. I get he has 3 fouls. I get he finishes with 5. But for the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, when you're getting completely pummeled by the Celtics, you can't score. Can you not trust Siakam for 2 to 3 minutes to not get a foul? Like, he went the entire third quarter without a foul. Surely he could have gone like a few minutes there when you needed him, because he goes 11 of 16 today with 23 points, 5 of 6 rebounds. He had an amazing game. Once again, I feel like there were some spots like he was slightly underutilized. You're ruining the show. You're ruining the post-game show. You know that? You know that? Here, come hug. I wonder if this will help the post-game show or not. All right. What else here? I don't know. Like, I feel like I can't give you guys too much from today's post-game show. I feel like I can't go like super in depth because it's just the same story every stream. We don't have floor spacing, and until we have that, we are not going to be able to provide a consistent half-court offense. Until we get to that point, this team will not be able to succeed consistently in the half court. Like that's just the reality of it. So unless we have that spike in three-point shooting like we got at the start of the second half, and Schroeder going 5 of 11 today from 3, Barnes hitting a couple threes as well, this team is not going to be able to sustain that sort of offense. So it's frustrating. It's a front office thing. Like, part of it's on coaching as well, because I think game planning could be a lot better. But the biggest thing about this team is the front office, the floor spacing. So I don't know. Like, I said it during the game, but what is the front office thinking when they're watching this game? Are they thinking, oh, we'll start hitting threes? Are they thinking we need another 6'7", two-way athletic forward? Or are they thinking we need shooting? Like, it's very obvious. Anybody who has any sort of interest in the sport of basketball completely understands that this team lacks spacing. And until it gets spacing, it's going to have trouble. So that's the big thing associated with this team. But first, for final thing, let's talk about the box score here. Siakam was wonderful. Again, need to start leaning into his talent a little bit more. Schroeder shot selection bugged me early, but ended up having a great game. 23, 7, and 6. We'll go out soon. Gary Trent started really well from the game, cooled off. Still has an efficient night and is plus 14. Solid night from Trent. He seriously needs to figure out how to do this off the bench, though. He would make such a difference to this team. Pirtle, solid night again. I think Pirtle is also an unfortunate product of the lack of spacing on this team. It makes his life harder, although he goes 5 for 5, 11 points, 8 rebounds tonight. Did pretty well, all things considered, despite some sloppy turnovers for the player. Would have liked a bit more out of Scotty Barnes. Bench, don't even get me started. I talk about them every game, but I don't know. It's tough to come out here every game and see the main problem with this team and see where things go wrong and see why we're losing. It's tough to watch the same movie every single time the Raptors play a game. It's the same movie. It's the same problems every time, and nothing is really being done to address that. Like, it's the slow starts. It's the pockets of the game where we cannot score. We lose the second quarter 39-17. And even though we fight our way back into the game, like it's too much to overcome. And the Celtics win this one 108-105. So I don't know. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's like I have no choice because it's always the same issue game after game after game after game. Positives we can take out of this is that, hey, we competed second half. There are things we can take away from this that we need to implement from the start of the next game. We have the Detroit Pistons on Sunday. We're 5-7 now. We have the Detroit Pistons on Sunday. Oh my God, the Detroit Pistons fucking suck. Beat the Pistons. Get the ball to Siakam. Get Barnes the ball down low. Go win that game. Use these things to your benefit. Get this season back on track. Start to show some semblance of a positive offense. Because right now, the half-court offense is showing statistical parallels to the 2016 prime trust the process 76ers who were trying to lose games, were outright trying to lose basketball games, and were as good as they were as a half-court offense. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let's fix that. If you guys enjoyed, smash that like button. Subscribe for more Raptors content like this for every game. And yeah, we'll be back for the next one against the Detroit Pistons.